Your heart can physically and structurally change by 20 years of age reversal, triggered by the signaling molecule lactate. So imagine your heart 20 years younger. Sounds like science fiction, right? But that's actually what happened in a pretty groundbreaking study on exercise and aging. So as we age, our hearts undergo changes. They shrink, they stiffen, and they lose function. This increases our risk of cardiovascular disease, and it decreases our ability to exercise. But what if you could reverse these changes? Researchers at UT Southwest Dallas studied 50-year-old sedentary adults who did not have type 2 diabetes or cardiovascular disease. The participants were placed on one of two exercise protocols: a control group that did light stretching and body weight exercises, and a high-intensity exercise group. The high-intensity group did the same light exercises as the control group, but also added vigorous workouts to their routine. So this included 4 to 5 hours of training per week, with a significant portion at maximum steady state intensity. So think about 75 to 80% maximum heart rate for 20 to 30 minutes, and a session of high-intensity interval training. It's commonly known as HIIT training. Maybe you've heard of it. After 2 years, the high-intensity group's heart rate, or their hearts, not their heart rate, the high-intensity group's hearts had structurally changed to resemble those of a 30-year-old. Their hearts were larger, they were more flexible. Essentially, the high-intensity exercise protocol had reversed 20 years worth of aging in their hearts. But the benefits of high-intensity exercise doesn't stop at the heart. Blood pressure decreases with regular vigorous exercise, and that's comparable to seen with antihypertensive medications. High blood pressure, it's actually a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, as well as it's recently been established as one of the most important early risk factors for dementia, including Alzheimer's disease. So the fact that exercise can improve blood pressure as well as drugs, it's incredibly encouraging. Just think about that for a moment. High blood pressure is now been established as one of the most important early risk factors for dementia and Alzheimer's. Let that sink in for a moment. Now let's talk about the brain benefits of getting your heart rate up high. When you push your muscles to work so hard that they can't get oxygen fast enough, they adapt by using glucose for energy without mitochondria. So this process, called anaerobic metabolism, produces lactate as a byproduct. Lactate was once thought to be a waste product, but it's actually a very energy efficient fuel source that's used by the muscles, the brain, the heart, and the liver. It's easier to make energy from lactate than glucose. So lactate also acts as a signaling molecule. When you exercise, your muscles communicate with the rest of your body through lactate. This triggers adaptations like increased muscle size, cardiovascular improvements. The brain, which works hard during exercise, also responds to lactate. One of the key ways that the brain responds is by increasing production of a molecule called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. So BDNF promotes the growth of new neurons and in the hippocampus, which is a region in the brain that's important for learning and memory. It also supports neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to adapt to a changing environment. So people with depression have low levels of BDNF and neuroplasticity, which makes it really hard for them to adapt and leads to depressive symptoms. So high-intensity exercise is a great way to boost your brain health by increasing BDNF. Lactate also signals the brain to make neurotransmitters like norepinephrine and serotonin. Studies have shown that even just 10 minutes of high-intensity interval training can improve cognition and mood by increasing these neurotransmitters. So the protocols that maximize BDNF production involve high intensity and duration, such as 30 to 40 minutes at 80% maximum heart rate, or 6 minutes of all-out HIIT intervals separated by recovery periods. Finally, let's talk about the anti-metastatic effects of vigorous exercise. We all know that exercise is one of the best ways to prevent cancer, but it also has benefits as an adjunct to cancer treatment. One of the ways it does this is by killing circulating tumor cells through the shearing forces of increased blood flow. Circulating tumor cells escape the primary tumor. They enter the bloodstream and try to travel to other tissues and metastasize. But these cells are sensitive to the mechanical stress of blood flow and die when exposed to it. So, getting your blood flow up through exercise has an anti-metastatic effect. So, in conclusion, high-intensity exercise has incredible benefits for both the heart and the brain. It can reverse 20 years of aging in the heart. It can improve blood pressure. It can boost the brain health by increasing BDNF and neurotransmitters. It can reduce depression and even has an anti-metastatic effect. So, get out there, get your ass moving, get your heart rate up. Your body and your brain are going to thank you. Drug companies may not like you very much, but hey, we're in it for your health, not for them. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and that helps me out a ton. Costs you absolutely nothing. Also, the algorithms will pick up on your interactions with this content and send it to more people, and it could fall into the lap of somebody who could really benefit from content like this. Thank you, everyone. Mwah. Bye for now.